Yes, good morning, students. So, today we will discuss some numerical based upon different theorem. This is one of the numerical, right? Let us start with this numerical. Here, this is the circuit diagram given, and the question is find the current in 10 ohm resistance, and find the current in 10 ohm resistance. And I think it is not particularly mentioned. The current is find the current in 10 ohm resistor. Fine. So that means it is not particularly mentioned that which theorem is utilized. So it is your choice. In this case, you may use any theorem for the calculation of the current in this 10 ohm resistance. So here, this is your 10 ohm resistance, right? Because if you see this circuit, in this circuit there are three energy sources, two current sources and one voltage source. There are three energy sources, two current sources and one voltage source, right? I had already told it to you. More than if more than one energy source is present, then that superposition theorem may be utilized. Superposition theorem may be utilized, right? So here I am just going to apply that superposition theorem for calculating the current in 10 ohm resistor, right? As per the so this is your RL, this 10 ohm resistor, this is your RL. As per the superposition theorem, we will have to activate one energy source at a time, and deactivate all the other energy sources, right? And this step will be repeated for all the energy sources. So step 1, activate this 10 volt energy source, 10 volt energy source, and deactivate all the other energy sources, right? Deactivate all the other energy sources. So if there are voltage sources, that may be short circuited, and if there are current sources, that are open circuit, because voltage sources is having zero internal resistance, and ideal voltage sources and ideal current sources are having infinite internal resistance. So here, other than this, because I am just going to activate only 10 volt energy source, so this source will be in active state, and these two are in the deactivate state. That means these two are the current sources, 1 ampere and 2 ampere. So these two sources will be open circuited, right? These two will be open circuited. After open circuit, these two, you may redraw the circuit again. So here it will be this 10 volt source. Then after that, this is your 1 ohm resistance. Then this is again your 1 ohm resistance, because this is open circuit, so no need to draw it. And here it will be, this is your 10 ohm resistance, and then it is your 5 ohm resistance, right? So this is the circuit after deactivating that two energy sources. One is of the value 1 ampere current source, and second is of the value 2 ampere current source, right? So if you see this, these two are in series, 1 plus 1 2, and 2 is in parallel with 5 ohm, and this combination is in series with 10 ohm, right? So are equivalent for this particular combination, that is equal to 2 in parallel with 5, and this combination is in series with 10. So this will be 2 into, so here I am taking these as a and B, because I want to calculate the current in the 10 ohm resistance. So 2 in parallel with 5, 2 into 5 upon 2 plus 5, right, plus 10. So this will be 10 upon 7 plus 10. So this will be 70 plus 10, 80 by 7 ohm. 80 by 7 ohm, right? So this is your R equivalent of the network. R equivalent of the network in this case. So here whatsoever the total current is there. So here positive terminal is on this side. So that means current will follow the path from B to A, right? So this will be I, because this is due to 10 volt source, so I am taking it as I10. So I10 is equal to V by R equivalent. So 10 upon 80 by 7. So 80 into 7, right? So this will become 7 by 8 ampere. And direction will be from B to A. So this is your first part. Current due to 10 volt of the resistance. Current due to 10 volt of the resistance or 10 volt of the voltage source, that is 7 by 8 ampere. Now in second case, just deactivate step 2, deactivate, activate 2 ampere, activate 2 ampere source and deactivate all the other energy sources. Deactivate all the other energy sources, right? So this will become, here I am going to activate this source and deactivate the other two. So starting with this will be 1 ohm, then 5 ohm, it will be again 1 ohm, and here in parallel current of the value 2 ampere, and this will be short circuit voltage source, and then this is 10 ohm, right? This is of the value 5 ohm. Now this is the network, right? When only 2 ampere energy source is present, right? Now in this case, just redraw this circuit again, right? Redraw this circuit again. So what you will get after redrawing this circuit, when I am considering this 2 ampere source, then this will be this 1 ohm, starting with this one, 1 ohm is in parallel with 2 ampere source, right? 1 ampere is in parallel with 2 ampere source. Then after that, here it will be 1, this tail of this is connected with 1 ohm, tail of this is connected with 1 ohm, and then further this second terminal of the 1 ohm is connected with this 5 ohm. Here it will be 5 ohm, right? And then second terminal of the 5 ohm is connected with the head of the 2 ampere source. Then second terminal of the 1 ohm is again connected with 10 ohm resistance. This will be again connected with 10 ohm resistance, right? And this is connected with head of the 2 ampere. That means it is connected here. So this is your equivalent circuit. Both of the circuits are equal, right? So both of the circuits are equal. Only I had just redraw this circuit, right? Now what to do? I want current in 10 ohm of the resistance, right? I want current in the 10 ohm of the resistance, and you may see that this is 5 and 10 ohm are in parallel. So this will become if you see here, you may apply KCL. This is your node A, this is your node B, right? At node A, I am assuming the voltage VA, and at node B, I am assuming the voltage VB. I am taking the current as this. This is your I1, then this is your I2. Here it will be I3. Here it will be I4, right? So at node A, apply KCL or apply nodal analysis, right? So when you apply KCL at node A, then it will be all the currents are in the outgoing direction. So what you will find, I1 plus 2 plus I2 is equal to 0. I1 plus 2 plus I2 is equal to 0, right? Because all of the currents are in the outgoing direction and no current is incoming. So sum of the incoming current is equal to sum of the outgoing current. So I1 is equal to VA by 1 plus 2 plus here it will be VA minus VB by 1, VA minus VB by 1. So this is equal to 0, right? So just make one quadratic equation for this. This will become VA plus 2 plus VA minus VB is equal to 0. So this will be 2 VA minus VB is equal to minus 2. So this is your equation number 1, right? Now apply, now at node B, again apply KCL or apply nodal analysis, right? So when you apply at this, I2 here is incoming, I3 and I4 are in outgoing direction. So this will become I2 is equal to I3 plus I4. I2 is equal to I3 plus I4. So I2 is equal to VA minus VB upon 1 is equal to VB upon 5 plus VB upon 10. So you may solve it. So this will become this VA minus VB upon 1 is equal to, here 10 is the LCM, 2 VA plus VB. So this will become so because here at this point your negative of the from 1 ohm side here it will be positive. So that means it will be point A and this will be point B of the 10 ohm. So you will find that this may be solved further. Yes. Now here you may solve this, cross multiply it. You will get 10 into VA minus VB is equal to this 2 VA plus VB. 2 VA plus VB. So this will be 10 VA minus 10 VB minus 2 VA minus VB is equal to 0. Right? So 10 minus 2, that will be 8 VA minus 8 VB minus VB minus 11 VB is equal to 0. So by solving these two equations, this is your equation number 1. Here it will be 2 VA minus VB is equal to minus 2. So by solving these two equations, you may calculate that value of VB, right? Because I need VB by 10. VB by 10 is the current in the 10 ohm resistor, right? So one is 7 by 8 ampere from A to B. Then second, I am going to multiply this. This is your equation 1. This is your equation 2. Multiply 1 by 4. So this will be 8 VA minus 4 VB is equal to minus 8. So subtract 3 from 2. 3 minus 2. So this will be 8 VA minus 8 VA 0. Then this will be minus 4 plus 11. This will be minus 4 plus 11, 7 ampere, 7 VB is equal to minus 8, right? Then from this, VB is equal to minus 8 by 7, minus 8 by 7, and current due to this, that will be 8 by 7 over 10. I 10 is equal to V by R, 8 by 7 over 10. So that will be 8 by 70 ampere. And here direction will be again from A to B. You may calculate that in term of that decimal. You may calculate that in term of decimal. Then after that, third energy source is this 1 ampere source, right? This 1 ampere source. For that, you may again calculate the current. Now in step 3, just activate step 3, activate that 1 ampere source and deactivate all the other. Activate 1 ampere source and deactivate all the other. Now redraw this circuit again. This will be 1 ohm. Then here it will be again 1 ohm. This will be your 5 ohm. Then here that 1 ampere source is connected. This will be short circuit, and this will be 10 ohm resistance, right? Now this is the network when only this 1 ohm of the 1 ampere of the current source is just present. Now redraw this circuit again, right? Redraw this circuit again. What you will get? That I'm just starting with that 1 ampere of the source, this is your point A, this is your point B, starting with this 1 ampere, then after this A is connected with 1 ohm resistance, then this A is further connected with, on the other side again, this is your A and this is your B, here it will be again 1 ohm, right? And second terminal is connected with B. This is this 1 ohm and this is your this 1 ohm, right? Now this second terminal of the 1 ohm resistance is connected with, on one side it is connected with 10 ohm and on the other side it is connected with, here it will be 10 ohm and this 10 ohm is connected with terminal B, right? And then second terminal is connected, here it is connected with 5 ohm and second terminal is again connected with B. So this is after redrawing this circuit. So now this is the simple one, fine. So you may just reconvert it into voltage source. You may reconvert this current source is in parallel with resistance, so this may be converted into voltage source. So this will be here, arrow is on the downward side, so 1 volt in series with 1 ohm, then here it will be 1 ohm, then 10 ohm, then after that here it will be 5 ohm, right? So you may calculate R equivalent here across these terminals. So R equivalent is 5 in parallel with 10, 5 into 10 over 5 plus 10 plus this will be in series with 2, 1 plus 1, 2. So this will be 50 by 15 plus 2. So this will be 80 by 15. 80 by 15 ohm is the R equivalent across this 1 volt source, right? And this will be from this I total because arrow is in the downward, so lower terminal is positive. So here I total will be supplied by this source on this side. I total is equal to V by R equivalent. So 1 upon 80 by 15. So this will be 80 into 15. So this will be 15 by 80 ampere. That will be the total current. 50 by 80 ampere is the total current supplied by this 1 volt source. And then after that, here some current division method may be applied. So I through 10 will be equal to total current 15 by 80 into opposite resistance, that is 5 ohm upon 5 plus 10, sum of both the resistance. So this will be 15 by 80 into 5 upon 15. 15 gets cancelled out, here it will be 16. So 1 by 16 ampere is the current due to this 1 ampere of the source, right? So total current in the 10 ohm of the resistance, that will be sum of the two minus this, right? So you may add both of that. I total current through the current, or you may say total current through 10 ohm resistance, total current through 10 ohm resistance by using superposition theorem. That will be 7 by 8 plus 8 by 70 minus 1 by 16. So you may calculate it. That will be your total current due to all the sources in the network. Right? You may calculate that in term of percentage, in term of that decimal places. Yes, please. Now, this is the circuit. In this, we will have to find the current in this 10 volt battery by the use of superposition theorem. Right? So, in other words, what we are saying that we want to calculate the current in this 5 ohm branch. 10 volt branch of this 5 ohm branch is the same. Right? So, 10 volt branch or 5 ohm branch is the same. So, we will have to calculate current in 5 ohm resistance by using superposition theorem. So here, first of all, because this is the numerical based upon the AC network, because here L and C are also connected. L and C are also connected. Some basics of the AC fundamental. So L will be denoted by JL. L will be denoted by JXL, and C will be denoted by minus JXC, right? Due to its phase difference. Because in case of pure resistive network, power factor is unity network and power factor, right? So in case of the pure resistive network, power factor is unity. In case of pure inductive network, power factor is lagging by 90 degree, and in case of pure capacitive network, power factor is leading by, that angle is leading by 90 degree. So due to that, here J and plus J and minus J are there. In case when XL is present, we will take it as, that means whenever inductance is present, we will take it as JXL, and whenever capacitance or capacitive reactance is present, we will take it as minus JXC, right? So for this calculation further, we will have to aware with complex number notation, right? So just basics again. In case of the complex number, we are taking A plus iota B. A is a real number, and B is a imaginary number. A is real number and B is imaginary number, and iota is equal to under root of minus 1. So in this similar pattern here, this will be Z impedance is equal to R plus JXL minus JXC, right? So here R is a real number, value of resistance is a real number, XL and XC that are imaginary number, right? And here J is equal to under root of minus 1. So you may take it as Z is equal to R plus XL minus XC into J. If XL and XC are connected in series, RL and C are connected in series, then total impedance will be given by R plus J into XL minus XC. Right? Then after that, some conversions are also required. This form, this is known as, there are different forms in the complex number, right? This A plus iota B, A plus iota B, this may be converted into the form of C angle theta, where C is equal to under root of A square plus B square, and angle theta is equal to tan inverse of B by A, right? Then after that, if this will be polar form and this is the rectangular form, A plus iota B, this is the rectangular form in complex number, and C angle theta will be the polar form in complex number. We may convert rectangular into polar or polar into rectangular. This is the conversion of rectangular into polar. For polar into rectangular, C angle theta is equal to C into cos theta plus iota sin theta. So this may be C cos theta plus C iota C sin theta. So this is your A plus iota B, right? So by this manner, you may be able to convert polar into rectangular. If we want to add two numbers, that must be in rectangular only. If we want to add two numbers, that must be rectangular only. And if we want to subtract, that must be in rectangular. For multiplication and division, number is preferably in term of polar coordinate, right? In case of this complex number, this will be, because this part you had already covered it in mathematics, so that's why I am taking it in brief. So here, let us suppose one number is 9 plus iota 6 plus 9 plus 8 minus 3 iota. So here 9 is added in 8, so that will be 17. Real is added in real, 6 plus 6 minus 3 plus iota 3, right? So this way you may add or subtract. And for multiplication, I need preferably in polar, right? So in case of polar, let us say 3 angle 30 multiplied by 5 angle 60. So this will be 3 into 5, 15, 30 plus 60, angle will be added 90 degrees. So 50, this multiplication will be like this. And in case of division, angle will be subtracted. Let us say 15 angle 30 divided by 5 angle 15. So 15 by 5, 3, angle will be 50, 30 minus 15, 15 degree. So in case of division, A angle theta 1 into B angle theta 2, that will be equal to AB angle theta 1 plus theta 2, and A upon B angle theta 1 upon angle theta 2, that will be equal to A upon B angle theta 1 minus theta 2. So that are the standard result which you had already studied in mathematics. These results are useful here for solving such type of the numerical, right? So in this case, I want to calculate here, this is your 5 ohm resistance is the load resistance. 5 ohm resistance is the load resistance. So again, this is the numerical based upon the superposition theorem. Activate one source at a time. So I'm just going to activate this 50 angle 0 degree source and deactivate the other. Deactivate other. Right. So here it will be the voltage source. This will be short circuit. One thing which will be again important, there are two terms. One is EMF and another is terminal voltage. These are the basic from the battery or cell or voltage source. Terminal voltage. So EMF is a value of the voltage across the voltage source terminal under open circuit condition when it is not connected in any circuit, right? And terminal voltage that will be under the condition when it is connected in any of the circuit. If R, small r, let us say if E is the EMF of the cell, or if E is the EMF of the cell, then small r is the internal resistance of the cell, then terminal voltage is equal to E minus IR, right? So that means EMF is always that greater than terminal voltage. EMF is always greater than the terminal voltage. E is equal to V plus IR, right? So EMF, and under the ideal condition, we are assuming that this terminal voltage and EMF are equal. Terminal voltage and EMF are equal because we are assuming that internal resistance of the cell is 0. In that case, V and E are equal. Terminal voltage and EMF are equal. But under the practical condition, EMF is always greater than the terminal voltage, right? So just continue with the same numerical here. So this is your 5 ohm resistance. This voltage source will be short circuited. This is your J 2 ohm. Then this will be minus J 4 ohm. Then here it will be 50 angle 0. 50 angle 0 degree. So 50 angle 0 means simply 50, because 50 into cos 0 plus J sin 0. So J sin 0, this will be 0, so this will be only 50 volt, right? I had already told it to you how to convert polar into rectangular. So this 50 angle 0 will be simply equal to 50 volt, right? If some other angle is there, then we will have to consider that angle. Now I want to calculate here. For that, calculate the R equivalent across this 50 volt source. That will be 5 in parallel with J2, and this combination is in series with minus J4, right? So this will be 5 into J2 divided by 5 plus J2 minus J4, right? So just solve it further. So you will find this is your 5 into J2, J10 divided by 5 plus J2 minus J4. So this will be LCM is 5 plus J2, J10 into 5 plus J2 minus J10 minus J4 into 5 plus J2, right? So this will be J10 minus J4 into 5, J20, J into J minus 1, 4 into 2, 8, minus minus plus. So this will be plus 8 divided by 5 minus J2, right? So this type of the question that calculations are somewhat typical. You will have to take care of that. So this will be 8 minus J10 upon 5 minus J2. So either you will rationalize it or convert that into polar coordinate, and after that you may calculate R equivalent here. So just multiply and divide by 5 plus J10 divided by 5 plus J10. So this will be 8 minus J10 divided by this 5 square minus J2 square into 5 plus J10. So you may solve it further and calculate 8 into 5, 40, 8 into 10 minus, plus J80, then minus J10 into 5 minus J50, J into J minus 1 minus minus plus 10 into 10, 100 divided by 25 plus 4. So this will be 40 plus this 100. 40 plus 100, 140. 140, J80 minus J50 plus J30 divided by 29. So this may be your total equivalent impedance across that voltage source terminal. Then divide it V by R, right? V by R is the current. V by R, this is your Z equivalent across the voltage source terminal. Then I is equal to V by R or V by Z here. So this will be 50 divided by 140 plus J30 upon 29. So this will be into 29. So you may calculate it. That is your value of the current in this 5 ohm resistance due to 50 angle. Here it will be A and B from A to B due to 50 angle 0 degree source, right? Again rationalize it and do the required modification. Then after that, for the second case, I am just activating this source and deactivating the second. Step 2, activate 10 volt source and deactivate the other. So this circuit will become, this is your 10 volt. 10 volt, here it is here 5 ohm, J2, and here it will be minus J4, right? So you may calculate Z equivalent across 10 volt source. So that will be Z equivalent is equal to minus J4 into J2 divided by minus J4 plus J2 plus 5. This is in parallel and this combination is in series with 5. So this will become minus into minus J into J minus 1 minus plus 4 into 2, 8. 8 divided by minus J4 plus J2 minus J2 plus 5. So here LCM will be minus J2 So this will become 8 minus J10. So again, you may solve it, and this is your value of the Z equivalent. And now, in this particular case, this value of the current may be, now in first case, because here I am calculating the total current, then use the current division method to calculate the current in 5 ohm. This is your I total, right? This is your I total, then use the current division method to calculate the current in this 5 ohm. So here, this is your Z equivalent, then I through this 10 volt source, that will be equal to V by R. So this will be 10 divided by Z equivalent is this 8 minus J10 divided by minus J2. So you may solve it, right? And but after just some mathematical manipulation, you will be found that in this case, because the current in first case will be from A to B, and current in this case will be from B to A, right? So that will be total current in the circuit, that will be subtraction of the two current. Total current in the circuit is subtraction of the two current. So only thing is here in this case, I just want to give you idea regarding the inductance and capacitance. That means regarding the AC network, rest procedure that will be common. Rest procedure will be common for either AC or for DC, right? Either we are just studying the AC network or we are studying the DC network. All these steps will be common. The only thing is, in case of L and C, we will have to take it into the form of complex number, and then if that complex number is there, how to calculate that, how to multiply that, how to divide that, addition, subtraction, all that thing must be clear to you. So as far as examination point of view, both of the cases may be asked. Maybe that may be asked from AC or that may be asked from DC. Both of the in both of the cases, network theorem are applicable. Network theorem are applicable in case of AC network. Network theorem are applicable in case of DC network. So any problem, either that will be having the AC or DC, that may be solved with the help of network theorem, and current or voltage drop or power loss across some particular resistance may be calculated by using any of the specific theorem. So this is the end of the lecture. So we will meet in the next lecture again. Thank you.